Hello. I was afraid of what is going on. We are live. Live. And that's still not good. That might be as good as it gets. But I'm in the shade here. It is pretty sunny, but the camera is doing some weird tricks. I don't know. But welcome, everyone. I hope the sound is good. How's the sound? I have a new microphone, so I'm hoping that it's better. Good. Good to see you too, Ibrahim. Asma, how are you? Ivana. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I've been told that I might be getting that wrong. Sound is leading. Is that good or bad? That's not good. Is that good? It's good. Well, I got some thumbs up. Audio is okay, Wee says. Thank you, Wee, for coming. Eugene the Machine, welcome. Eugene has, look at my face now. Eugene has made, I got bubbles now. Eugene has added a lot of Russian subtitles to a lot of the videos. So thank you. Is this as good as it gets? You don't care, do you? It's weird. Aniko is here. Welcome. This is not good. I don't have to look at myself. I'm sorry. You guys do too. Sunshine. Welcome. Fabio. How are you guys? Aboliev. I hope that's correct. The video is lagging. Hey boy. Is that true? Maybe I'm in a bad spot. All right. This is not going well. 2,000 subscribers. You would have thought that I would have been able to get this right the first time. My face is a mess. Alvi, how are you? Welcome, everyone. This is going to be a typical live chat. You ask questions. I answer them. Hopefully better than I can set up a video. And I want to thank Patrick. I don't think he is here, but he gave me a super chat. So nice of him. Some Russian rubles. Very nice. Thank you. That happened last night. And Mega had a question before we started. And I put the link for the live stream up last night. And you can chat in it. And I did chat with some people last night. But for some reason, YouTube takes the chat away. And now that we are live, the chat will stay. But for some reason, it goes away. All right, Aniko says the video is good. Right, I've tapped the face before, Aroni said, but it's not working. It's not working. All right. Whoa, what was that? Live chat? Super chat? Top chat. Okay, I can see top chat. Now I want to see a live chat. Okay. All right, I think this is how it's going to be. Sorry, my face is a little whiter than normal. So let's get to it. Are there any questions? I think I've said thank you to everyone. And I also put up a chat, a poll, wondering, is it better if I have a Google form, or do you like just asking in the chat? I may miss a question or two, but it was almost 50-50. 50% said, keep it like it is. 49% said, let's do a Google form. So I think we may eventually have to go to a Google form, but for right now, let's just do it in the chat. Sam the Taiwanese is here, and I feel badly because I believe it is quite late in Taiwan. And I know from Miho in Japan, she's not here. I'm sure she's sleeping. But welcome, everyone. Let's get to it. Mary, I see a question from Mary. I hope all is well in Iran. She asks, and if you're new here, my name is Brent. I always copy and paste the question in the chat, so take a look at that. She says, what do you think about this statement? 50 years ago, people used to be more neighborly. Man, I don't know. I can just speak for the United States. And we often talk about the good old days. the good old days. We glorify the past. We say the past is better than it was. And I know in the United States, 50 years ago, you're talking 1970. You see, I'm not a math teacher, but that was quick math, huh? 1970 in this country, you know, if you were black, you just barely got the right to vote. But for real. I know that in 1865, I believe, all men were able to vote. But in reality, I don't know, 50 years ago, if you were white in this country, in the United States, maybe, life was pretty good. But I see a lot of kindness on social media now. So I'd like to think optimistically, meaning I like to think of the good things. And I almost think that we're more neighborly now. Mary, 50 years ago, you and I could not talk like this. So I think we're more neighborly today. I don't know. But maybe I'm just too optimistic, trying to think of the good too much. Good question, though. Good question. And please, if you want to answer that in the chat, do you think we're more neighborly now, or were we more neighborly 50 years ago? Yeah, Aniko says I'm a little bit white. Yeah, I tapped last time and it went away. Sorry. And I'm in the shade. That's a little better. Wait. So if I just keep my arms up the whole time, this could work. All right. This is not uncomfortable at all. Let's see. Rod said, how do you feel about achieving such a milestone? I've lost it. It's crazy. I didn't think we would get to 2,000 so quickly. I don't think we would get there so quickly. And Rod is very nice. If you are a Brazilian Portuguese speaker, Rod has added a lot of Portuguese subtitles to my videos. In fact, he added one this morning. I have to put it up. The latest video, whatever that one was. Oh, hand gestures. I have a new one coming out either Friday or Saturday about phrasal verbs, driving. And if you are a member, that is up already for you, a sneak peek. Check the members tab. We is wondering, does Aroni have a channel? Yes and no. He's probably answering that. Yes and no. He does have a YouTube channel for his podcast, and there are transcripts there, Italian transcripts. And if you are an Italian speaker, Aroni has added quite a few Italian subtitles to my videos. So thank you, Aroni. Grazie mille, amico mio. Asma from Egypt. Ibrahim from Egypt. Zobeida is here. Welcome. From Iran. All right, Sam says the sound is great. Ibrahim says the sound is great. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Sunshine, thank you for popping the champagne and putting some balloons. Asma, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, Michelle, thanks for becoming a member again. Yeah, let's go party. Let's go. In the United States, we are still dealing with the COVID. I talked to Aniko yesterday. Hungary, looking pretty good. U.S., we still can't get over the hump. Get over the hump. Our cases keep growing. And probably people in Hungary are saying, the coronavirus? That is so April 2020. But yeah, we are still July 2020 dealing with it, and it's probably going to get worse. Just like my white face and my throat. Ivana, thank you. Great pronunciation. I think you're being nice, but thank you. Oh, Fabio from Italy. Welcome. Benvenuto. Benvenuto. All right. The video, yeah, Ivan says the video's a little weird. It is. I wish I could go. What is this? That's not weird, right? We wanted to party, Michelle. Right there. There's a light for you. I don't want anybody to pass out. Let's go back to the bubbles. That's weird too. We could do black and white. Okay, we'll be black and white for a little while. We'll pretend that it was 50 years ago. UFOs. Yeah, could be. Could be. All right. Next question. Oh, Ivan's wondering, where is my cool cap? I didn't wear a hat because I thought that might mess with the lighting, because I knew it was going to be a little weird, but maybe I should have worn the cap. Maybe I wouldn't have looked so weird. I like the black and white, the retro. Is it black and white for you guys? It's black and white for me. Yeah, because we got the lights, the UFOs. Ivan is wondering, do I remember my first 10 subscribers? No, I do know that Ibrahim was one of them. Khalifi was another, and Cecilia. I remember those three. And there was a guy, Ivan, from Ukraine. Different Ivan, though. Different Ivan. He was around, but I don't know. You guys are all kind of my first subscribers, though. We're still only at 2,000, so thank you so much. Again, thank you so much. Fabio is wondering. I'm going to change it a bit, but he's wondering, what does don't condescend me mean? Right. Condescend. That means when you look down on somebody. That means when you think you're better than them and you look down on them. And I don't want to throw any shade, but I have seen some English teachers on YouTube, not Bob the Canadian, not any of the ones that I follow and love, but there are some, and I don't think they have many subscribers, but I have watched them, and they seem condescending. Like, I'm the teacher, I know so much, and you need me to learn English. Whereas I think a lot of, English teachers are, I can learn something from you and you can learn something from me. So I would hate to ever sound condescending on this channel. So it's just when you look down on somebody and you think you're better than them, or it seems like you think you're better than them. So I have learned just as much from you guys on this channel as I hope you have learned from me. So thank you very much. I love this channel. I learn about Hungary, talk to Aniko like I said yesterday, talk to Rod about Brazil. Yeah, I learn about all kinds of new places. Ivana is wondering, if I weren't a teacher, what other job would I want to do? Easy. Drummer in a rock band. Drummer in a rock band. If I could sing, I would say singer in a rock band. But yeah, let's pretend I can sing. A singing drummer in a rock band. Yeah, I think so. How about you? What would you do? What's your dream job? Put that in the comments. Dream job. You can be anything you want to be. Sam feels excited to be here. Sam, you feel excited? I feel excited. Thank you. But I'm glad you're here. And I know it's super late in Taiwan. And thank you for stopping by. Mountain Eagle. Mountain Eagle, 2 a.m.? My gosh. Go to bed, sir. You must be a night owl. We've talked about that before. Night owl. We is wondering, what does it mean, composite? Composite. Composite means you're gathering a lot of things to make it one. And you will most often hear a composite sketch. A composite sketch. And that happens when somebody commits a crime and there are eyewitnesses. So people see the person who committed the crime and they try to describe it. And people, usually one person, will draw a sketch of what that person looked like. But it's composite because they asked this person, they asked this person. So composite means one thing made up of many other things. Composite. Hope that helps, Alvi is saying, I think we can experience both the Google form and the chat. Yeah, it might clear up the chat a little bit if we do a Google form. And I hope you all feel that I'm answering your questions as quickly as I can, as best I can. All right. Alboyev has a question. Oh no, I see Democrat in the question. Hang on. I have a question for you. Okay. I'll read this carefully. Can you explain why Americans are so divided into two groups? One side for Trump. Yeah, we call them the Republicans for Trump. And one side for Democrats. It's a good question. Our first president, George Washington, warned about two-party system, which is what we have for government. We have two different parties, not the type of party you might think, not the dance party, but a political party. What do we have it on before? And he warned about that. And we have had that in this country for a long time. Democrats believe certain things. Republicans believe others. Maybe I'll make a video on that one day. But I don't know if it's social media and the news that have divided us so much, but we are divided. I've spoken with people in Ukraine, and I think a lot of countries are experiencing that division, that divide, where, I don't know, it's a complicated question, and, maybe one day I'll do a more historical chat where we could get into a little bit of like World War II. And when people have tough times with money, they usually try to find someone to blame. And I think a little of that is going on. But yeah, it's short answer. It's complicated. How about that? Thank you for the question. Oh, Ivan is wondering. It's a good question right here. This is super tough. So we have thought. If you look, I'm going to pronounce them the way Ivan wrote them. You have thought, through, and though. I really should do a video on this one day. Thought, through, and though. And to be honest, when I am writing, I have to think about it. Which one is which? But I should do a video on that. Hopefully I will remember to do a video on that. All right. Gleb, what is going on, my friend? Question here. The chat just jumped. There's a lot of chat going on. I'm sorry. Gleb, and I missed it. Oh, no, I got it. So Gleb is talking about some idioms here. Gleb. There are two idioms about feeling what something may come or happen in the future. To be in the air. Yeah, and sometimes we say up in the air. To be up in the air. Oh, to be in the air? Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's a difference between to be... I always hear up in the air, to be honest. To be up in the air. Yeah, that means you're not sure. To be up in the air. So I'm going to use my example I always use. That party on Friday night. Okay, that's annoying, right? I'll stop with this new toy. That party on Friday night. Maybe you want to go. Maybe you don't know if you can go. Your plans might be up in the air. They are undecided. Okay, so that's what that means. Perfect real life example right now. Starting school in the fall for teachers and students. All of those plans are up in the air because of the coronavirus. Yeah, nobody knows what's going on. Yeah, Eugene the Machine is saying, and I don't want to get too controversial here, but and he didn't put an opinion, but in Ukraine, you know, some people miss those good old days. You know, to some people they're good old days. To some people they're not. They're not. Great comment. Great comment. Hands up, Nathan. That's an old one, right? Do I need to just? Aniko, people like ice cream. Hard to argue with that. It's a little hot here today. And in my last video, I said it was a little hot. It was, I think, 33 degrees. And I had a couple comments. People were flexing. Oh, you think that's hot? Come to my country. Nah, I'm just kidding. They didn't say that, but I know some people were thinking, that's not hot. That's what it is at midnight in my country in the summer. Yeah, but here in Maine, we think 33 is just hot. Motion. Welcome. Whoa. There's a swear word there. I won't say the swear word, but I'll copy it. So Motion is saying, congratulations for the 2,000. Thank you, sir. Is it okay to use that word? No, I'll say the B word. I'll say the B word. The B word. Yeah, I would be careful about that. We actually, I think Erroni and a couple other people, we had a video chat not long ago, and that came up. Daniel, I don't think he's here, and someone is here, but I won't mention her. We got into that about the B word, where, I don't know, I would stay away from it, to be honest. But when you put the IN at the end, the IN apostrophe, where you say being, it's not as bad, to be honest. But if you just have that one word that rhymes with itch, it can be a trigger word for some people. So I would say, let's stay away from it, right? Hey, then we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that in the hand gestures video. If you haven't seen it, but if somebody was using the B word, I would say that. And I think somebody just talked about the N word, right? They just said the N word. Well, yeah, no. In the United States, that, like, I would never, ever say that word. My advice to you, never say that word. Never, ever. Somebody said a cool maple tree behind me. Nice job. Yeah, those are, I won't pick it, but those are maple leaves. Yeah, just like on the Canadian flag. So many people in the chat, I'm sorry. I didn't see who said that. Maple leaf. Yes, maple leaf. Alvi said that. All right, so I'm looking for... Oh, Naima. Welcome, Naima. Naima was one of the early ones. Zobaida, Mary. Somebody had asked about early subscribers. Aroni, of course. I knew Aroni before I started even a podcast. So, Russian Bunny is not one of my first 10 subscribers. very new. I think that's the first time I've seen Russian bunny. I would remember Russian bunny if I had seen Russian bunny before. So Naima is wondering, is condescend and demean the same thing? Yes. Yes. Let's just... Yeah, condescend is looking down on someone, and demean is to make them feel bad about themselves. So, yeah, pretty much. Same thing. Excuse me. Same thing. I have a new microphone, by the way. I hope it's helping. Why the black and white? Because my face was looking too white and regular. Look at that. Looks like I have makeup on. And I don't. I promise I don't. I ignored your question. Asma, I'm sorry. I got 50 questions I got to get to. I'm sorry, Asma. And I didn't ignore. I missed. I didn't ignore. Let's see. I'm looking through questions here. Ivana says, dream job as a dancer. Gleb says, I'm hearing a child's voice. I'll explain that. Jamie, by the way, my wife, if you've met her, she had a scholarship to go to school for dance. It's distracting. So she could have been a dancer, but she chose to be a teacher instead. Children's voices. Yes. Behind me, right past the shed, there's a swimming pool, and there is a mom with her 2 children, and they're swimming in my neighbor's pool. So that's the child's voice. Lalit says, melting pot. Yeah, we call the United States often a melting pot. And basically, let's think of, you're making a candle, and you have a lot of different candles, like wax blocks. You have different wax. Maybe you have purple wax, and you have green wax. And then you put them into the pot to melt, and they kind of all become one color, probably an ugly brown color. But with the United States, we have a lot of people, we have Native Americans who were here before Europeans. We have Europeans who have come. We have slaves who were brought from Africa. We have people who came from China early on in the United States. And now, of course, immigrants from all over the world. And we have become one country because of that. So everybody kind of becomes almost the same. A melting pot. A melting pot. I hope that helps. Hope that helps. Brian. Okay, so, irregardless. Brian is wondering, the word irregardless, does it exist? When I copy and pasted, my spell check said, nuh-uh, big red line under it. And I think a couple years ago, irregardless was not a word. But I think if you look it up now in the English dictionary, it is a word. So a word like ain't. For years, adults told me when I was a child, don't say ain't. It's not a word. Because so many people used it, the dictionary writers, they put it in the dictionary, and it is technically a word. So, irregardless wasn't a word a couple years ago, but I think it is now. And yeah, it means, let's use that picnic you're going to have on Friday outside. Well, maybe you don't know if it will rain or if it will be sunny. We call that rain or shine. But you may say, we are going to have that picnic irregardless of the weather. So that's how you would use it. Is it a real word? I don't know. I just used it, so maybe it is a real word. But some English teachers may tell you, oh, don't use that word. What does barbecue mean? Barbecue. Okay. I almost did a video on barbecue for 4th of July, but we didn't have a normal 4th of July because of COVID. A barbecue means you have a grill outside and you're probably cooking things on it. That's what a barbecue is. Maybe some picnic tables set up, family, friends get together. Barbecue. Good stuff. Oh. Here's a tough question. I don't know if I can answer it, actually. 8 p.m.? I'm sure that's not correct. 8 p.m.? What's the difference between although and though? Oh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Although means something is going to happen in spite of something else. So, although I would like that piece of cake, I'm on a diet. Although. So, and they're very, very similar. So, yeah. Although I would like a piece of cake, I'm on a diet. Meaning, if I wasn't on a diet, I would eat that piece of cake. Or you could say, I'm on a diet, but I'll have that piece of cake. Wait. I'll have that piece of cake, though. We usually add though at the end. So, I'm on a diet, but I'll have that piece of cake, though. So often when we have but at the beginning, we don't use though, but maybe if I make them two separate sentences. I'll have that piece of cake. I'm on a diet, though. I hope that helps. That might not be a very good explanation. Super, super close. What? Thank you. Yaroslav. I will unsubscribe from this channel and join with another one. I like your channel. Okay. I think you mean I'm going to subscribe. Oh, you don't have to unsubscribe from another one. You can just subscribe here and be subscribers of both channels. But thank you. You said I like your channel. Good. I thought you were going to unsubscribe. I thought I made you upset for a second. Whew. All right. My dream job. Be an actress. Mary would like to be an actress. You know what? That wouldn't be a bad job, I think, to be an actor. I think I could do that. Oh, Asma said I should go. Sometimes I see what happened. Asma has to go. Oh no. Where's your question? Where's your question? Semiconductor devices. What is going on? Says the live stream look without color. Boom. It's old. It's old. Retro. We're retro today. And you can hear the kids in the back. Asma, well, thank you for tuning in. All right, a lot of questions. I'm sorry. Zobeda says 33 degrees, a beautiful spring day for her in Iran. I mean, 33 here? We're melting. We're dying. All right. Oleg, what is going on? What football team do I root for? Dennis. He used to be in here sometimes. He's from Germany. He was a big American football fan. We both like the Patriots. I'm a New England Patriots fan. New England. That's where I live in the United States. New England. And that's what we call ourselves. The New England Patriots. Oh, Vierslav is wondering what president I voted for. I don't want to talk about politics. I can't say that. I can't say that. All right. I'm gonna jump down in the chat, try to get some more questions. If I missed your question, I didn't ignore it. If I missed it, can you just please write it again and I will try to get to it? Mary says it's 38 degrees in her province. Is that hot to you? Probably not, right? Probably not. 28 degrees here. Yeah, it's probably 28 here now. It's not very hot. Melting like lemon drops. For sure. For sure. I would just be a puddle, I think, if I lived in Iran or Algeria. I know it gets hot. I'd just be a puddle on the ground because just a puddle of sweat. Puddle is 42 degrees. I don't even know what that is in Fahrenheit, but that sounds hot. Oh, semiconductor. Yeah, I'm sure people who are turning in late, they're probably thinking, is my computer or is my phone messed up? Now we have it in color. But then maybe I'll put it back to that for a little while. Even though my face, oh, who cares, right? Who cares? Next question. Yeah. Eugene says that, have I been going to the beach? No, I haven't. The problem is the beach is really crowded, and because of COVID, I'm trying to stay away. I've been swimming in a lake. I've been swimming in a pool, but I haven't been to the beach in a while. Not this year yet. Jason J is in the house. What is going on, Jason J? Sunshine, I would vote for you. Her dream job is prime minister. Yeah, why not? Why not? You got my vote. You got my vote. Marina, welcome. Miranda writes. Did I copy and paste that? Yeah, I did it twice. Miranda writes. The name comes from a person, and I'm not sure why, but Miranda writes is if you get arrested in the United States, which I hope this never happens to you, the police officers have to read you your rights, your Miranda rights. So even though you are getting arrested, you have certain rights. You have the right to a lawyer. Even if you can't afford it, one will be given to you. We say one will be appointed to you. What are some? You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to talk to the police in the United States if you don't want to. And so when a police officer arrests somebody, they have to read them their Miranda rights. Hope that helps. Semiconductor devices. Thank you. I feel like I'm yelling. This microphone, I hope, is good. Thank you, semiconductor devices. I couldn't do it without you. I couldn't do it without any of you. 2,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. Drown, sink, immersion. Okay, so Erroni said somebody wondered, drowned, sink, immersion. What's the difference? Wow. Good question. Excuse me. Wish I had a cough drop right about now. Allergies. What's the difference between drowned? Okay, so drowned means dead. Because of the water, they died. Drowned. Before a person drowns, they will probably sink. Now, sink, it can be a noun where you wash your hands, but when we're talking about the verb, it means like if the top of the water is here, sinking means going down. So it could be like a coin. It could be a body floating down, sinking. And then immersion, it can be with water, but it doesn't have to be. And that just means you're completely covered. You're completely engulfed, is another way. And whatever it is. And Bob, the Canadians chat this past weekend, he talked about a French immersion school. So if you go to that school, you will be completely surrounded by French. In a lot of French immersion schools, it's against the rules to speak English or any other language. Immersed. You may want to immerse yourself in English. Writing English, speaking English, listening to English. I hope that helps. Rod is wondering, what would the expression drowned world mean? I don't know if I've heard that, drowned world. Sometimes we will say, when we're talking about sound, like, the sound may be drowned out, meaning you can't hear it. So sometimes we use drowned out sometimes. I'm hoping as I speak loudly, it is drowning out the sound of the children playing behind me. Drowned out. Drowned out. A Miranda warning. I just saw that pop up. A Miranda warning. I've heard of that, but I hear Miranda rights more often. Miranda rights. Miranda rights. And I believe it was named after a person's last name who was not read their rights. Miranda, I think. Sunshine is wondering, agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. We talked earlier about Republicans and Democrats. For the most part, Republicans believe that Americans should own guns. Some Republicans believe as many guns as you want. Democrats believe that there should be restrictions on guns. Wow, my voice is not holding up. So maybe two friends are talking. One says, I think we should have guns. The other person says, no, I don't think we should. But they want to be friends, so they will drop that argument. Whoops, I spelled argument wrong. Forgot the E. Again, sorry. They will drop that argument. The spelling is wrong. And they might say, well, we'll just agree to disagree. I'm not changing your mind. You're not changing my mind. But I still want to be friends. Let's just drop it. Let's just drop it. Sunshine, I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Yeah, Jason J says that they should not own guns. I don't want to get into that political. It's a we'll call it a hot button. It's a hot button issue in the United States. Sunshine says she has that problem. I could tell. Maybe. But if you're going to be prime minister, you do have to argue sometimes. So, Sunshine, it's all good. I look like a Trump supporter. What does that mean? Do Trump supporters have a certain look? How do they look? Do they look like this? Do I do that? Because Trump does that sometimes. Is that how a Trump supporter? Do I do that? What does he say? China. That's my Trump impression. Well, let's move on from Trump. I'm. You think I look like one, but maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Let's talk Italian with Aroni. Says that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say and do will be used against you in a court of law. Yeah, something like that. Plead the fifth. Capital. Plead the fifth. that is when you have the right to remain silent. Because in this country, we believe that you can't get yourself in trouble. Now, if you want to admit you did it, but you don't have to. Ali, congratulations on the 2,000 subs. Thank you. Thank you. I believe you'll have millions. Well, thank you. Thank you. My question is, yeah, unicorn and utility. They're very different. Very different. Mary says you don't like Trump. Are you talking to me? You talking to me? Oh, did she get rid of it? I'm not saying I like him or I don't like him. I don't want to be political. One thing about my students in the classroom, a lot of times they will ask, who'd you vote for? I'm like, I don't want to influence you. I'm just here to teach English. I don't want to say one thing is good or bad, political. All right. I do, Aroni saying, I do look a bit orange. Does that help my Trump impersonation? What does he do with his hands? It's gonna be big. Gonna be big. Bigly. Bigly. Gonna build a wall. Build a wall. China. That's all I can say about China. That's how he says China. You may have heard him. So what's the difference between utility and unicorn? So unicorn, uni meaning one, unicorns are those horses that have horns. Unicorn. Now I have had some students in the classroom try to tell me that unicorns are real. So I don't know if that is going to be a hot button issue in here. Maybe some people think unicorns are real in here. Gotta be huge. Gotta be huge. Semiconductor devices. Yes. Gotta be huge. Huge. Please don't encourage me. If you write Trump things, I will do Trump. I will do my impression of Trump. It's hard. Once you start, you can't stop. Gotta be huge. Build a wall. Gotta be huge. All right, I'm gonna stop. Now, utility, it means it works. It just means it works. In baseball, there is a player, sometimes called the utility player, meaning they can play anywhere. Anywhere. In the United States, when we talk about our utilities, paying them, we're talking about our lights, our heat. I shouldn't have mentioned Trump. Now we'll have a bunch of people. I love Trump. I hate Trump. I love Trump. Please. Please. Trump is a big lightning rod. Big lightning rod. Not that rod. Different. When we say something is a lightning rod, maybe 100 years ago, a lot of houses in the United States had a lightning rod. It was like a big metal pole that attached to the top of the house. And lightning was supposed to strike that and not the house. So when we say something is a lightning rod, it means it attracts a lot of attention, usually in a bad way. Usually in a bad way. Jason J, Jason J also, I think, said, do I like South Carolina? I do like South Carolina. I've been there several times. It's a good state. Beautiful state. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful state. What time is it in my state right now? It's 13:49, I guess you would say. Although we don't. Ibrahim is encouraging me to talk like Trump. Don't. Unicorn companies, Ali is asking. I don't know about that. I'm sorry, I don't know about unicorn companies. All right, there is, I believe that is some Chinese script in the chat. Welcome. I'll try. Oftentimes I will use Google Translate to figure out how to say the Chinese name. But often when I do that, it gives me like letters. No, I'm sorry, animals. So, fruit powder is how I say your name. Maybe that's a nickname, but fruit powder. Fruit powder. That's not right. Sorry. That's what it says, though. I had a question. Okay. So, fruit powder. Can I call you fruit powder? That's not right. I wish I knew your real name. Which is right. You are boss. Yeah, we've used that before. You are boss. It's a little bit older, maybe from the 80s. But if something is boss, it means it's really good. And I almost think there is a German clothing designer, Hugo Boss. I think maybe that's his last name, but really good. So you are boss. You are balls. I don't know about that. You are balls. I mean, I guess if you really like balls and you say to someone, you are balls, it's a good thing. But if we're being honest, someone might think you're calling them testicles. So I would be careful about balls. Okay? Gotta be huge. Gotta be huge. Yeah, I'd stay away from you are balls, but if you say you are boss, it might work. It might work. All right, Marina is talking about Louisiana. Carlos, congratulations, he says. Thank you so much. Yeah, Louisiana is interesting. I love Louisiana. My wife's parents, so my in-laws, used to live in Louisiana, and we would visit often. And there is a lot of French, or, excuse me, we might call it Creole. You're welcome. You're welcome. Fruit powder is not right, is it? Fruit powder, I see you. Thank you. There is a lot of French in Louisiana because the French came over to Quebec, which is in Canada, but eventually made their way down the Mississippi River, which is where New Orleans is. So that's mostly how French-speaking people came down to New Orleans. And now there's just this great vibe down there, this Creole, Cajun vibe, spicy food. It's awesome. I love it. When I lived in Alabama, I lived about 3 hours, a 3-hour drive from New Orleans, and Jamie and I would go there on the weekends sometimes, and it was fun. It was fun. Yeah, sorry, Ibrahim says every time I translate, yeah, I don't, hey, if you are learning, if you are a Chinese speaker and you're trying to learn English, nice job. It's super hard. I've spoken about this before. When you use a different script, different writing, you know, it's that much harder. So if you're Italian, like Aroni, or if I'm studying Italian, we have the same alphabet, the same sentence structure. You know, it's really hard. It will take you a little longer. Please don't feel frustrated. Keep at it. You'll get it. Yes, Alvi is saying that the Louisiana Purchase was a purchase from France and Napoleon. Yes, it's true. 1803. And Napoleon needed some money. So our president, Thomas Jefferson, bought it for pretty cheap. I actually did a video. There's a playlist, American Culture. I did a video on Sacagawea, and I talk about the Louisiana Purchase. Oh, thank you. Aroni answered a question from, I believe, Vladimir. Mega is wondering, sir, is it correct to say get a laugh? I mean, if there's something funny and people get a laugh, yes. I'm hoping the first couple times I did my Trump impersonation that I gotta laugh. I hope. But I'm sure by the 10th time I did my Trump impersonation, people were like, this guy, he needs to stop with the Trump. Stop. It was funny the first time. Not funny anymore. Cut it out. Cut it out. Marina is wondering about Creoles. Creole, I don't know the difference between Creole and Cajun. There is a difference. I don't know it. But a lot of times Creole means a mix or like a melting pot. So I'm not exactly sure. I think it's the mix between French and English, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. All right. Mary's wondering about Bernard's Watch Channel. I don't know about that one. A British TV show back in the 90s. I'm not sure. Yeah, Gleb is saying, man, I need to remember these things because this is a good one. Could I make a video about future expressions, idioms, phrasal verbs we use for the future? I should. On Saturday, I believe there is going to be a video on this channel about phrasal verbs with driving. So to pull off, to fill up, to drive by. I'm going to have a video about that. If you are a member, Gleb, check out the members tab. There's a sneak peek of it, about 4 minutes of the video. I put a little more on it today. I think it might be a mega lesson. If you remember the mega lessons, it's going to be a big one. And I think I am going to make a Quizlet so that you can study the new vocabulary. If you would like, I do have a Quizlet for this channel. This is bugging me. I got to go back to black and white. Got to go back. Got to go back. Black and white. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. All right. Please explain the superlative adjectives. Zobeda is wondering. Yeah, these can get tricky. And even some native speakers, I mean, I think I mess it up sometimes, so don't feel badly here. All right, yes. Okay. So if we were talking about two women, and only two though, you would say she is more beautiful than her, which is very mean, right? So if you're talking about two people, you say more beautiful. But if you're talking about three or more, you would say she is the most beautiful girl or woman in Iran. She is the most beautiful woman in Iran. If you're talking, let's see, brave. Yeah, brave would be, she is braver than him. Two people. She is the most brave of all. Oh, she's the bravest. Yeah, she's the bravest. But if you said the most brave, that's not right. It's not right. Sounds weird. But people would know what you're talking about. But it is the bravest. The bravest. I dropped my water cap. Hopefully I don't spill this. Oh, Vierschloff. Oh. Wants me to impersonate Biden. This is mean. But is it wrong if I just... Yeah, that's my impersonation of Biden. He doesn't know what he's saying a lot of the time. I don't even... Or how about this? Is this a good impersonation of Biden? Falling asleep? I don't know. I don't have a Biden impersonation. Mary has a great question. Matt is here. Matt Aldine, how are you? Matt is wondering what's the difference between however, nevertheless. Let's just say there isn't a difference. because let's talk about that piece of cake in your diet. So again, two things have to be going on. You're on a diet, you want to eat that piece of cake. So I need to stop reading what's on the chat on my phone because I'm laughing. Okay. Focus, Brent. Focus. So however and nonetheless. Or did you say nevertheless? Nevertheless. Nonetheless, nevertheless. Kind of the same. So I want a piece of cake. However, I'm on a diet. Nevertheless, it means you're going to eat it. So I'm on a diet. Nevertheless, I'm going to eat that cake. So I hope that helps. However, often means you're not going to do it. Nevertheless, means you're going to do it anyway. But there are exceptions. Sometimes not. All right. Okay, the Mountain Eagle, Quizlet, it's coming. I promise. It's coming. Uh-oh. Zobeda says she wants a native speaker's voice. What do I need to say? Okay, Rod. That's, yes. See, okay. I feel badly for Biden. I will not make fun of Biden anymore. He's old. I wish someone would have told him. I don't know. Maybe he's okay to run. But just, hey, Biden, my friend. But he could be running my country next year. I'm a little worried. All right. Amat says thank you. You're welcome. Balbars is wondering, welcome Balbars, how are you? What's the difference between and as well as? Basically the same. Of course, we use and way often, but let's say you had some ice cream and some cake. And at American birthday parties, we often have both. So you might say, I am going to have some cake and some ice cream. I am going to have some cake as well as some ice cream. So it's all the same. All right. Ethan, right? Not Nathan. Ethan from Greece. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get into it. Maybe he will be the best president ever. Biden. I don't know. How about this? I won't say who I'm voting for, but let's say this. Whoever I vote for, I'm not going to be super happy. It's not like, go for it. This man will really help our country. I don't know. How about this too? Whichever man gets elected will be the oldest president to ever get elected. So our other president, Ronald Reagan, was just a little younger than Trump will be in November, I believe. I'm almost sure. Cecilia, how are you? So, Zobeda, what did you want me to say? Semiconductor. Thanks for joining the Facebook group too. Semiconductor. Yeah, the place where I was at with the fence, it's just right over here. Let's take a walk. It's right over here in the black and white. Maybe I'll put it in. But unfortunately, it's all covered in sun right now. So I'll show you where I was. I wouldn't be able to read the computer screen. So when I do the live streams in the morning, I think I'll come on this side of the fence. So it's there. So I was on the other side of the fence and it's great. But right now, just the sun is beating down. So I wanted to be in the shade a little bit. And my voice is not holding up. I might have to end this stream soon. We've been going for an hour, but let's see if there are some more questions. Hopefully, no more questions about Biden and Trump. I don't know. Gets me depressed sometimes when I think of Biden and Trump. Some people love those guys, though. Some people love them. See if I can sit down, hold the camera without dropping it. Broken shed door. Broken shed door. We got the emoji. Broken shed door. Somewhere there. Broken shed door. All right. So I think Zobeda just... oh, Alvy, I have a net for the kids? Oh, that's my neighbors. Yeah, that's my neighbors. They sometimes play on that thing. But they're in their pool right now. Yeah, semiconductor. Yeah, you're welcome. Felt like taking a little walk. Uh-oh. Sunshine. Did the video slow down? Oh, Ibrahim. Thanks for letting people know that I'm live. Yeah, we'll try to, yes. Unless we're making fun of people, let's try to keep politics out of here, right? Yeah, my fault. My fault. Got a bug around me. Mega is wondering, is it a must to say in a complete sentence when using comparatives? That means I must also mention the person and the thing that I'm comparing to. No, you don't. Because you could no, you don't have to. Because you could say, oh, she's the most beautiful. And you don't have to mention anything else. Or you could say, no, she's more beautiful. Yeah. You don't have to mention anything else in the sentence. I hope that helps. Oh my gosh. Oleg, am I bummed that Brady left the Patriots? I am bummed. And I know there aren't a lot of football fans in here, but the Patriots' new quarterback went to college in the school that my college hates, Cam Newton. He went to Auburn. I went to Alabama. That's like really American. And I know probably most people don't know that, but I don't like this new quarterback. I'm very bummed. Yeah, Mega, most is a superlative. Yes, the most. The most. Oh no, Naima has to leave? But I'm glad she did the flowers. Thank you, Naima. You're awesome too. Thank you so much. Eric, welcome. Hey, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Zobeda says sorry for spamming. I didn't notice, but you're more than welcome to spam, Zobeda. These are good terms, Eric, to know right here. With that being said, I don't know if you want to memorize those. It will definitely make you sound more like a native speaker. And I know that is not important to some people. I've always said, be yourself. Be proud. I just saw Mary. Be proud to be an Iranian who speaks English. Be proud to be from Armenia speaking English. So I don't think you should sound like a native. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But if you say, with that said, It's a good way to summarize what you have been saying. So with that said, I need to go. I don't have to go. But with that said, I need to go. Or what was the other one? Oh, that being said, it's getting late. I need to go. You know, something like that. Those are good little phrases to know to sum up what you have been saying. With that said, nice. Cecilia is here from a doctor's appointment. Welcome. Everything's good. Everything's good. Nice. Oh, Semiconductor is wondering, do I have flowers or roses in my garden? No, I don't. Next year, I want to start a garden, grow a garden, start a garden. Right now, all I have, I'm proud of, is a little tomato plant. If you go back to the video about how Americans celebrate birthdays, there was a drive-by. I'm going to talk about drive-by in the next video. It's a little windy. I hope the microphone's working. But I talked about drive-bys for a birthday. It was my son's birthday. He turned 13. That was back in May. And one of the parents gave me a tomato plant. I said, I've never grown tomatoes, but I was like, I'll try. And I think I put it in a video, my tomato plant. And my tomato plant actually has tomatoes. Sort of. Kinda getting there. This guy, can you see? He's a little red. Almost a tomato. I think we call them plum tomatoes or cherry tomatoes. There's a little difference. I think cherry tomatoes are smaller. Plum tomatoes are a little bigger. I think those are plum tomatoes. Plum tomatoes. See if I can get back down here without breaking something. Without breaking my hip, because I'm such a boomer. I bought it. Okay, so Zabeta is wondering about I bought it. It has different meanings. Yes, it does. Okay, so 2 meanings for I bought it. The color's a little better. It simply could mean, and I'm sure most of you know this one, you bought something. I have some water. I paid $1. I bought it. It's mine now. I can drink it. But you can also say bought it. I'm going to add something to it also. Bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. Okay. When someone is lying to you or they're playing a joke on you, let's say we have a woman, she's dating a man, that man cheats on her, he's a dog. We've talked about this before. You could say that, or she might say, after she realizes he has been cheating on her and he's not a good guy, she may say, oh, I bought it the whole time. I believed he was a good guy. You could say, I bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. It's a fishing term. Those are all fishing objects. But you fell for it. Those are synonyms. I fell for it when somebody tricked you and you didn't realize it. Or I can't believe I bought that. I can't believe I believed his lies for so long. I bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. The whole way. Hope that helps, Zabeta. Great question. Great question. Oh. Bully. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Bully says, tomatoes are fruits in certain countries. That is a huge debate, and I don't know the answer. But in this country, some people say, no, tomato is a fruit. But I would say most Americans would say it's a vegetable. But what's the thing with the seeds? Somebody says if it has seeds, it's a fruit. Potato, that's a vegetable. It doesn't have seeds. I don't know. Cucumber, it's a vegetable to most of us in the United States, but it had seeds. Strawberry, I don't know. It's a debate, though. It's a debate. Okay, Oleg says he doesn't like Cam Newton either. That's good. That's good. You've come to the right place. Oh, no way. Josiane, hope I'm saying your name. Growing cherry tomatoes. I think, yeah, I will be happy that I can put some of those tomatoes in a salad. I look forward to that. Most people in my family don't really like tomatoes, so they might be all mine. My daughter might eat the tomatoes. But I made a video about catching a possum in my backyard. I've also caught three groundhogs. There is a fourth groundhog, though, that I need to catch. I hope, because there's a lot of woods. There are a lot of woods back there, and I hope that some of those little critters, some of those little creatures, don't eat my tomatoes at night. I'll have to try to protect them. Uh-oh. I think it was Ibrahim said, let's be honest. Uh-oh. Let's be honest. That worries me sometimes when people say, let's be honest. Let's be honest. All right, I'm going to read it. But I know Ibrahim. It's probably good. Probably good. Let's be honest. Do you feel more comfortable when you talk to an English learner who sounds like a native or even close? I think Americans love that. Yeah, no. And I might be different from most Americans. I love, love, love to hear accents. I love it when we get together for video chats. I like it when I talk to people. I've talked to Nori and Rod through different messengers, Aroni. No, I love to hear accents. I love to hear all of the accents. So, but I don't know if I'm like most Americans. I know that we like to be able to understand what an English learner is saying. You know, that makes sense. Most people feel more comfortable when they can understand what is being said. Maybe that's your question. No, but I don't think they have to sound like a native, though. Yeah, so it's a good question. And I might be different. I love learning about other countries. When I was a little kid, on my bedroom walls, some people put up football players or actors and actresses. I had maps. I might have been a weird kid, but I had maps on my wall. I love learning about other cultures, other places in the world. So I might not be like most Americans. I don't know. Good thought, though. Zobeda says that her name rhymes a little bit with tomato. A little bit. I think, do you guys know that rapper? I don't know how to spell his name. Eminem? I think I might have spelled it correctly. I bet Eminem could write a rap song where he could get tomato and Zobeda to rhyme. I know he could. Zobeda, tomato. If I say tomato, if I just don't put, yeah, Zobeda, tomato. Yeah, that works. That works. Oh, Eric is wondering if I can speak another language besides English. No, I can't. But I'm working on it. I would like to learn Italian, I've been learning for about 15 months. Then maybe move on to Portuguese after. Yeah, I would like to learn more than one language, but takes a long time. You know, takes a long time. So what, 2, 3 years? And I was talking with Rod earlier. I want to do an interview with Rod from Brazil. He's an English teacher. And I found out he has been learning English for 30 years. And he sounds really close to a native English speaker. Very close. Takes a long time, though. No, semiconductor devices. I did not know Bob the Canadian before the YouTube channel. No, he lives just maybe 4 or 5 hour drive from me, maybe 6 hour drive from me, if I think I know where he lives. But we don't know each other. It was actually Aroni who told me about Bob the Canadian, and I started watching Bob the Canadian. And I was like, that looks like fun. I'm an English teacher. Maybe I could do the same thing. So, Rod is in here. Wow, I didn't know that. Is there a different tax? Boji? Boji, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. I don't know anything about that. It wouldn't surprise me if there was a way to get around taxes, but we really need to support our farmers in the United States because we get so much of our food from the farmers. And so there are certain tax breaks. They don't have to pay taxes on certain things to try to help them out because it is a very tough profession to be a farmer. So Oleg is wondering, am I a boomer? Yes. Yes, I am a boomer. Unfortunately. Boomer. There's my boomer face. Boomer. Adriana is wondering, do I have any bears in my area? Yes. We do have bears in Maine. Luckily, I live in southern Maine, southern central Maine. We don't have a lot of bears. But if you go to northern Maine, if you drive 2 hours north of where I live, there are a lot of bears. In fact, our college, the University of Maine, they are called the Black Bears because we have so many black bears in my state. I just saw the fruit. No, our friend with the Chinese script said that M&M and the candy M&M, yes, pronounced the same way. Pronounced the same way. Semiconductor devices, please. You're encouraging me. My tomato tree is going to be huge. Going to be huge. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. Yes, Josiane. It is. Yes, the animals try to eat our plants. What I used to have a fence back there last winter. A storm blew it down. But still, animals, they can crawl under my fence. If I really start growing things back here, I'm going to have to get a better fence. I have to get better. Oh, Zeta, thank you. I think that's a good thing, right? Little Princess flower. It did have some blossoms on it, but the flower that was blossoming, but I don't think it's on there anymore. I don't know. Sunshine says the connection isn't good today. She's wondering, is it hers or is it mine? I don't know. It's a good question. Yeah, Adriana, exactly. Adriana, we've spoken. I don't want to embarrass her or anything, but her English is very good. And somebody in the chat said her English was very good too, yes. Adriana must have worked very hard. So many of you that I've spoken to must have worked really, really hard because your English is so good. So good. Jason J says, good lesson. Thank you. Semiconductor Devices says, I'm a great guy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, so Mary is wondering, what's the difference between paradise, utopia, and Eden? Those are all concepts of what some people think is the best possible place to be. Pretty much all the same. The other thing is the opposite. Dystopia. The opposite is a dystopia. Dystopia. So in literature, when you're reading books that are set in the future, if they take place in a utopia, everything is perfect. We don't like reading about things that are perfect, right? We like conflict. We like when things go badly. A dystopia is when things are going badly in the future. Like the worst they could be. Utopia, dystopia. Opposites. Opposites. Excuse me. Hashtag Eminem. Rod says. Eminem. No Madonna though, right? Eminem's good, but he's not as good as Madonna. Not as good as Madonna. Wow, Sunshine knows 3 languages. I'm going to guess. Armenian, Russian, and English. Are those the 3? Nice job, by the way. Nice job. Okay, semiconductor devices. It was mentioned in the chat a little earlier, but we call this a maple tree. Maple, I can spell it. And if you do watch Bob the Canadian, he's from Canada, as his name implies, Canadian. And on the Canadian flag, they have a giant maple tree. So, Zootopia. I just saw that, our Chinese friend. Zootopia. Yeah, it's a play on utopia. And zoo, anytime you see that in English, it means animal. Animal. So it was a utopia of all animals. Zootopia. Yeah. So zoology is the study of animals. Anytime you see ology, it is the study of something. So zoology, psychology, psychology. Let's go back. Let's dance for a little bit. All right. UFO. Yeah, maybe it's UFOs. Maybe it's UFOs. There's some other ones around here. Look at that. That looks really old. All right. That's not bad, actually. I don't know if that's called document. It's not bad. It's not bad. How about learning some... I just saw Ivana just talked about Polish. Yeah, it's... So, foreign languages, they are graded for English speakers on how difficult it is to learn. Polish is, I think, a grade 4. There are only 5 grades. Grade 5 would be Arabic, Japanese, Korean, Chinese. But Polish is right there with Russian as a very hard language for English learners to learn. And so, of course, the opposite is true. So if you're a Polish speaker, if your native language is Polish, it's very hard for you to learn English. So, nice job. Yes, Ivana is saying Polish and German are in different language families. Yes. I don't want to talk too much about Adriana, but she knows Polish and German. So English is a Germanic language, like German, but we're really a lot like a Romance language, like Italy, French, because so much of French has been immersed into English. So English is a Germanic language officially, but it acts a lot like a Romance language too. Which is why I bet nobody in this chat is from Sweden or Norway or Denmark, because those languages are Germanic, but it's often very easy for, if you speak Swedish, to speak English. It doesn't take as long if you were Chinese or Polish, because we are a Germanic language. Oh, look at that. Luke from Poland is in Bulgaria today. And I watch a guy on YouTube. I think his name is Jamal from BG. I think he's a British guy who moved to Bulgaria, and he does vlogs from Bulgaria. And Bulgaria looks beautiful. I would love to visit Bulgaria one day. Looks awesome. Mahish, welcome. So the question is, do you think one can be as fluent as native speakers when one has started learning English when they're an adult? I think that's going to be tough. You know, the native, they just have so many more hours, so many more years with the language. So I think that the native speaker will almost always know more words than somebody learning. But if you're working really hard, you can probably speak as well as most Americans. But just always know, like, I know that as I'm learning Italian, I will never know it as well as Aroni or any native speaker, just because they've had so much more time. That doesn't mean you can't speak really well, read, watch movies in English as well as a native speaker. But I think it's just hard to compare yourself to a native. So don't get disappointed. That doesn't mean you can't crush it. You can't be awesome at it. All right. Thanks, Adriana. Thanks. Yes. Eric. Oh, have I met Stephen King personally? Eric is wondering. And he's probably wondering because I'm from Maine and Stephen King is from Maine. I have not, but there are a lot of stories, people I know, my friends, who have bumped into him. And we say bumped into when you meet them accidentally. Like a teacher I work with, she was shopping in like a Walmart, like a store like a Walmart, and they were both looking at books, and she looked over and she was like, Stephen King. It's Stephen King. And so she thought to herself, oh, I want to talk to him. So she worked up the nerve and she said, you're Stephen King. And he said, yes, yes. Please don't tell anyone. I'm just trying to have a normal day shopping. And so she didn't make a big deal out of it, but she's met him. I've had a couple other friends meet him. I actually have a friend, 2 or 3, who made it into Stephen King's short story. Their names were in a Stephen King short story. Oh, Alvy says that he loves my lessons. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, no. Zobeda. Mary, is that true? Now, I have heard maybe Iranian, or there's a smiley face there, but maybe Iranians in general don't support other Iranians. Maybe you're joking. But I heard that if you are a guest in Iran, you are treated like a king or treated like a queen. Iranians are so nice to guests. So I would like, uh-oh, Mary's leaving. All right, Mary. See it. Oleg is wondering, why do Americans have so many kids? I don't know. Most of my friends have, well, my brother has 1 child. My sister has 1 child. I have 2. Most of my friends have 2 or 3. My neighbor has 5, though. To me, that's a lot. But wait, Ivana has her own channel? I'm tuning in. What's your channel name? Leave it in the. Maybe somebody's playing a joke. Maybe I bought it. Maybe I fell for the joke. I bought it. We talked about that earlier. Bye, Mary. Bye, Mary. So Ibrahim is wondering, can I say you're the GOAT? Maybe talking about me? That would be very nice if he was. Ibrahim's always very nice to me. Yeah. There was, we oftentimes will capitalize all of these. Greatest of all time. So GOAT, Tom Brady, that quarterback we spoke of, is often called the GOAT, the greatest of all time. G-O-A-T, GOAT. Yeah, there's a lot of people from Poland in here. Poland has been very good to the channel. I did a little research on Poland and would love to visit. Warsaw, of course, but is it Krakow? I hope I'm saying that correctly. Looks like a beautiful city. Looks like a beautiful city. Ivana doesn't have her own channel. You should start a Polish speaking channel, Ivana. Come on. Start a channel. We'll all tune in. We'll tune in. Semiconductor devices. Great question. What is my live streaming schedule? I try to go on Fridays and Saturdays. Some days I go on Sundays. Today is Wednesday. I wanted to go live to celebrate the 2,000 subscribers. Thank you again. Once my school starts up, I might have a regular schedule. Right now, I'm just trying to go live as often as possible to answer as many questions as possible, because if you don't know, I'm a teacher. I do have the summers off. I have more time in the summer. So we are supposed to start back to school August 27th, I think. But I don't know. We'll see if it works. We'll see. Ivana, Polish channel. I would love that. All right. Any more questions? I probably should get going. Oh, Ibrahim said he means I'm the GOAT. That's very nice of you. Oh, yeah. Josiane. Josiane, where are you from, by the way? What country are you from? Can you leave it in the chat? Eric, what country are you from? Look at the emoji. Greatest of all time. So maybe you are a fan, maybe Eminem. I don't know. We spoke about him. I know Rod is a fan of Madonna. So maybe Rod would say, as far as singers go, Madonna is the GOAT. Greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. Ibrahim, thank you. Yeah, AJ Hogue. That guy is... He's huge. Huge. Yeah, he's very good at what he does. He's been doing it a long time. Oh, Eric is from Slovakia. Nice. Slovakia. Once was part of Czechoslovakia. Now Czech Republic, Slovakia. Some very good hockey players come from Slovakia. My brother, when he was younger, he went over to Czechoslovakia. It was Czechoslovakia to play hockey for a week or so. The Mountain Eagle. Welcome. Where are you from, the Mountain Eagle? Yeah, tenses. I have made some videos. I have a whole playlist about irregular verbs, how we use them in the past. Those can be very tricky. And I go over future tense a little bit of that, but yeah, I should maybe make some more videos using tense, like the conditionals. That could be really good. Could, would, should. I have made a video on how to use could, would, should. Made 2 videos actually, I think. Oh, Uzbekistan. Very nice. Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan. What's the capital? Uzbekistan. It's not Almaty, right? It's not. That's near that country. Uzbekistan. Is that the capital with the white marble buildings? Uzbekistan? Or is that Tajikistan? Anyways, welcome. Welcome. Yeah, Adriana says that unfortunately not many people, are learning Polish. How many people in Poland? 30, 40 million? Oh, Uzbekistan. Okay. Yes. Your president has been president for a long time, if I remember. Lots of oil in Uzbekistan. Thank you, Alvi. Thank you. Very nice. I don't think we have many viewers from Uzbekistan, so welcome. Welcome. Ivana. Yeah, I love, it's funny. Yeah, I love geography. But when I was a kid, I'm such a boomer. When I was a kid, there were fewer countries. So I just had to learn Soviet Union and Armenia, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan. But now and Slovakia wasn't a country. Now there are more countries. I need to step up my game. Need to step up my game. Learn those countries. Oh, 38 million people in Poland. Okay. Yeah, 1 million in Chicago. There's 1 million in my state. We have 1.3. So we're a pretty small state. And New York City, I think, has like 8 million people, 7 or 8 million people. So too much oil. Jason says, is it, yeah, Tekmani? His name, and he wrote an autobiography about himself. He wrote about himself. There's a pit of fire in Uzbekistan, right? That's always burning. Is that Uzbekistan? Too much oil. Yeah, it's capital city made of, is it Italian marble? I think. Mahish is wondering, what does it mean by boomer? It's kind of a joke on this channel that I'm 44. Boomers are usually in their 70s, but anytime that I can't get technology to work, I call myself a boomer. Yes, okay. Privyet. Privyet, Jason says. I don't know the other part, but privyet. Yeah, so I do know Uzbekistan. Bit of a dictator for a while. Yeah, I know Uzbekistan. A beautiful, beautiful capital city, though. Beautiful. All that Italian marble. Let's see. Somebody. Yeah, semiconductor devices. Were there 15 former republics? Or at one time in the Soviet Union, you had Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, Ukraine, Belarus, Uzbekistan, Armenia, Georgia, Azerbaijan. Yeah, I need to put some maps back on the wall. I do. I do. Brentley. I like that. Somebody said they were from Albania, too. That is, where is it? That's unique. Albania. Oh, very nice. Ooh, it's quite a name. And from what I hear, Albanian, is not really related to any other language in Europe. Like Estonian, sort of related to Finnish, but not. Hungarian, completely unique. So Albanian, nice, nice. I watched a video on people speaking Albanian, and they were comparing it to Italian. How? All right. Uzbekistan, beautiful country. Says Aniko. Talk about beautiful country. Hungary. Budapest. Come on. I got to visit soon. Budapest. All right. Nepal? Wow. Very nice. Beautiful country. My gosh. The mountains in Nepal. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome. So good to see all of you in here. I look forward to getting to know you better. If you're a new subscriber, if you're new here, there should be a subscribe button. The next time I'll go live, I think, is on Friday morning, New York time. Saturday morning, New York time. Sunshine with the sunflowers from Armenia. Hope everyone has a good rest of the day, good rest of the night. Alvy's wondering, when am I going to Budapest? Well, as an American, they don't want me. I can't go right now. Probably 5 or 6 years would be good to visit parts of Eastern Europe. I would love to go. Love to go. Bulgaria, Poland, Hungary, Armenia. Can I fit in a flight to Armenia? See sunshine? All right. Thank you guys so much. This was a lot of fun. 2,000 subscribers. I couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Hope you learned a little something. Cecilia, see you guys. See ya. Erroni, you're still here? Thank you guys for sticking with me. This is a long one. Libya. Semiconductor device. You're not from Libya, are you? That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Tripoli. Tripoli. Are you from Tripoli? All right, you guys, my voice is kind of cracking, so I gotta go rest it. But Alvi, thank you so much. Excuse me. And Nico, thank you all. You're too kind. You're too kind. You're too kind. You're gonna give me a big head. I gotta keep working hard. Thank you guys so much. See you next